going to do a video on the Ozark Trail tents available at Walmart. This one is the 5-man 10x8 model. Sells for $50 at Walmart. Seems to be pretty decent quality. Let's take a look at it. And of course has a door, rainfly, electrical port, which the rainfly covers, which is a nice feature. It uses your standard fiberglass shot corded poles, 2 of them, to hold the tent, and then there's 1 to hold the rainfly in the rigid position to cover your porch. We do like, we'll take the rainfly off and show it in a minute, but we do like that the windows, once you strap the rainfly down, it does give good ventilation, as you can see from the windows. Has windows all the way around. As I said, electrical port right there. Here's the other side, the other window. I'm going to take a look inside. Of course, the door has a screen vent on it, just like everything else. Here's the inside. Here's your windows. It's hard to see them. I'm so close. They aren't completely unzipped. They will unzip a little bit more. And at the top is the open mesh, which you'll see when you have the rainfly off. It has one of the little cargo nets that you stick at the top, which won't hold a lot of weight, but there it is. You also have a pouch for your toiletries and whatnot here. As far as the material goes, of course, this is not a $250 tent that you'd find from other large manufacturers, so the fabric is thin. I recommend you use a heavy tarp underneath to keep anything from puncturing it, and obviously be aware of stuff falling on it and things like this. But again, it's $50 at Walmart. It is definitely good size, pretty decent quality. Like the looks of it. We'll take the rainfly off in a minute and show you. But I'm going to go over here. This is the smaller model. This sells for $30. And neither one of these tents are instant. And again, this is the 2-man Ozark Trail. Fly is much smaller. Doesn't have feet on it like the larger model has feet, where you stake it into the ground, where you put the poles into and stake it into the ground. See if I can get a good shot of them. They're plastic feet right there. They do a much better job than the old style where it just has a fabric corner and you stick the pole in, because those always fail. But this one does have the fabric corners instead of the plastic feet, but they are the reinforced nylon style. It's hard to see. I do have it staked down at the moment. But this is the 7x7 2-man. I'll open it up and take the fly off of it and whatnot to show you the ventilation on that. But this packs to about 5 pounds, and they claim it packs to about 18 inches, which is the size of the poles folded. So that was what makes sense. This one packs to about 10 pounds and folds to about 24 inches, which again is dictated by the size of the poles. But we're going to take the rainflies off, and then we'll come back and take another look at them. Alright, and we're back. We're going to take a look at these tents and how they're constructed without the rainflies on them. It's going to be tough. I have to stay back from it. This is the larger model, the 10x8. Again, you can see it has an open top and a little cargo net. These tents really do have great ventilation on them compared to older tents. These are new modern designs, and they really have put some thought into having windows and adequate ventilation, and of course your electrical cord and things like this that we have to have nowadays. But again, you can see the poles now, how you just put a pole through from one end diagonally across, a pole through from the other end diagonally across, tie it at the top like most tents, and you end up with a pretty sturdy structure. This one, the larger one, took, I don't know, 10, not 15 minutes, but maybe 10 minutes, a little over, to set up. It would be a little bit of fumbling with it if you were by yourself. You have a pole pop out one side as you're putting it together or something like this, and you have to go around to the other side. But with 2 people, you really, once you've done this once, you really can set these up in about 5 minutes. It takes no time at all to set these up. Again, just wanted to show the ventilation on it with the vents. I'm going to go inside here really quick and just show you how much light you get in this thing. And this is a cloudy day, but when you're in this thing, it is wide open sky, which is what you want when you're outside. You get the whole experience. And the rainfly only takes a moment to put on, especially if you're hurrying because it's raining, so it won't take you long. And here's the little one. The little one, it's open all the way around, which is nice because you don't have the windows, so you need that little bit more ventilation. So you have the big, large opening on the side and the back, and then you have the little vent up at the top. But again, exact same design with this tent. You run the shock poles through the large grommets there, tie it at the top, and it stands right up. I did open the door vent on this one, so you can see the door vent open. I didn't mention both of these have tabs where you can tie the door off, so when you roll the door up, you have a tab there to tie it to, and a toggle on the inside of this tent. And then on this tent, for some odd reason, they did it reversed. The toggle is on the outside and the tab is on the inside. But I'm sure it has something to do with the way the door is made and the screen, and we just haven't put our finger on what that is yet. But again, one more time, this is the Ozark Trail. I believe they call it a 5-man. It is the 10x8. It is not an instant tent. It weighs, I believe they say it weighs 10.1 pounds. And this is the Ozark Trail 2-man. Again, not an instant tent. This is the gray color. They also have a blue color, which is just predominantly blue with gray on the top instead of gray on the bottom with blue on the top. Another thing to mention about these tents is they look really nice. We like our tents somewhat subdued. We don't like the glow-in-the-dark neon orange or yellow tents. But one thing about these is being a little more subdued at nighttime, you'll have a hard time finding this tent. You can walk right into it. So if that's a good thing to you, then great. But if you're going to lose track of your tent, if you're going to be off the beaten path and you do want a day glow orange or yellow tent, that's something to consider. But these at night in the woods, they might as well be dark gray or black or whatnot, even though the blue does reflect light, of course, because it's nylon. But this tent will not stand out like a sore thumb. Same with this tent. Even with the white top, most of the time you'll have the rain fly on it. And again, in night conditions, if you were trying to be subdued or not draw a bunch of attention, or it was a bug out kind of thing, you put the rain fly on it and this tent camouflages nicely. Anyway, I'm going to take one more walk around these tents. I'm not going to open the door on this one and go inside because it's just so small. I can't give you a view. It does have the toiletry pouch, and it does have a little loft area, which is nice. We put a light in there, and you put your light in there, and it shines down and lights up the tent nicely. Again, both these options are great for backpacking. It just depends on the size of your family, how much load you want to carry. You know what, after we pack these up, I'll take a video of how large they are packed. Alright, here's the 2 tents that have been taken down. Here's the original packaging. As you can see, this is the Ozark Trail 10x8 backpacking tent. And just so you see the specs on it, so you know what you're buying. How clear that's going to be. It comes in the bag like this. It does fit back in the bag pretty easily once you folded it. when the bags come from Walmart, they have a cardboard box inside with all the parts in it. So once that box is removed, the tents will go back in the bag pretty easily. If you were trying to stuff it back in the box and put it back in this bag, it is going to take some time to get the thing compressed perfectly like it is from the factory. To get it back in the box is virtually impossible. So you're probably going to want to discard the box and just keep it in the bag. But some of you might want to keep the box and take the time to meticulously fold it to get it back in there. Alright, here is the smaller model. The 2-person 7x7. As you can see, it's a gray color as pictured. And again, it fits easily in the bag. The larger one was a little harder to get back into the bag. But this one was very easy. One-handed, it's not easy to get unzipped. But it very easily fits back into the bag and forms a nice compact package. As I said, this is, I don't know, 20 inches that you're seeing right there. So it does do pack to what they say. Give me an idea of how big around it is. Not too bad. But there you have it. That's the look at the 2 Ozark Trail tents. They're selling at Walmart. Again, they're $50 for the large one and $30 for the small one. And we think they're both a pretty good deal as long as you don't expect too much. Expect the thing to last forever. And are prepared for it to rip or leak, and you can throw it in the trash. Much better than having to throw away a $500 tent, in my opinion. But there you go.